Hi guys, it's Paul from Paul Cole Cricket and I'm here at Uzi Sports doing another bat video for you today. This is the Kookaburra Rapid 3.1. It's actually the first Kookaburra bat that has appeared on this channel, Paul Cole Cricket. Been meaning to get onto them for a while, but for whatever reason just haven't. It's one of Kookaburra's new additions for 2022. I really like the colour scheme, sort of this blue and yellow Sweden type design here, sort of like a baby blue and the yellow. I really like that bit of honeycomb embossing, as you come to expect with Kookaburra. Looks very, very smart, striking, stands out on the shelf. It's another one of Kookaburra's light bats. They've got a propensity of doing this over the years. They basically have at least one bat in the range that might not be available in all the grades, but is consistently light, you know, no heavier than 2.8. And it doesn't need to have light in the title for that to be the case. In this case, the bat here that I'm holding is £2.6, and the one that Uzi Sports also got behind me is only £2.7. So they are coming out very, very light. As a result, they're not massive in terms of specs, but they're okay, all things considered, because they're reasonably full. Kookaburra claim only 1 to 2 millimeters of scalloping, which seems about right to me. You know, what I would describe minimal concaving. 35 millimeter edges on this piece, a 60 millimeter spine, and an 18 millimeter toe, which for a 210 bat with a normal length blade and handle, that's not too bad, to be fair. So yeah, in terms of the other details on the bat, there is a slight bow there, as you can see there. It curves lower down the blade, helps a little bit in that pickup, which by the way is, as you might expect, very light indeed. As I said, this one's £2.6, feels more like a Harrow bat. It's hard for me to judge when I like this, but it feels supremely well balanced. Yeah, it feels lighter, to be fair, than £2.6. Another reason for that is the middle position, which is mid to high, 215 to 235 millimeters from the toe to be exact. So that's great for playing on fast pitches or your favourite back foot play, that kind of thing. You'll get real value there for your shots higher up the blade. In terms of the looks, I must stress the 3.1, as you can probably already realise, is a grade 3 English willow bat. This particular piece of the two that Uzi Sports currently have is the nicer looking one for me, with 6 grains there, all sapwood. It's pretty much blemish free. I mean, the grains aren't perfectly straight, obviously you only get 6 of them, but for grade 3 that's pretty damn good looking in my opinion. This one here is a bit more representative of a grade 3. There's a few more marks there, similar number of grains but more blemishes, gravel marks, that kind of thing, the odd knot, which is a fairly good representation of what you can expect from this bat. In terms of the finishing, it's interesting that Kookaburra have gone away from toe guards in some of their bats. You can see that here on both ones here. So natural finish there, obviously getting a natural finish on the face, so you don't get any scuff sheets or edge tape or anything either. You might want to think about adding that for a bit of extra protection if you were to get the bat. In terms of the good old mallet test, let's start with the mallet, working away as we tend to do from the toe up to the base of the stickers before bouncing a ball on it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, of all the bats that I've reviewed here at Uzi Sports so far on the channel, that's probably one of my least favourite in terms of the responsiveness. It's quite hard, or at least medium to hard. It will obviously get better over time when it gets knocked in after a bit of initial use, that kind of thing. I don't think it'll reach peak performance level straight away. I think it might take up to a season actually for that. When it is this hard, you always got to bear that in mind. But obviously it will get better. Decent in the middle, but it's one of those where I don't think it's the longest middle I've seen. Up high, down low. Yeah, pretty good down low actually, slightly better than I was expecting there. But yeah, maybe slightly better off the ball than the mallet, but still I stand by what I said. It's okay, it's all right for responsiveness, but to be honest, given the price, you know, compared to some of the other bats I've reviewed recently, the price, by the way, £249.99. For me, that's a little bit overpriced for this particular bat. You don't get any sort of back cover or anything included to sort of add further value either. As I say, it's grade 3 English willow bat. Some brands are offering grade 3, you know, under 220 or so, you know, so this to be at 250, which is what Uzi Sports are selling it for. Do check out the link, by the way, in the description here. They ship globally, so wherever you are in the world, you could get your hands on one. But yeah, possibly one to bear in mind. I think you, in terms of bang for your buck purely, I think you can get better elsewhere, at least in this particular grade. I've not seen any of the other grades though of the Rapids, so that's not a whole, you know, a fair representation, I guess. But I didn't mention the back, but I do like the embossing and the detailing there. It looks really classy. I really like this colourway, I must say. A bit annoying, things like the stickers don't line up correctly. That's something I would expect them to be doing a bit better with. That's a bit unusual, but yeah, just a nitpicking with it. A lot of the blade covered, quite busy. Not much wood on, bare wood on show there, which perhaps isn't for everyone, myself included. But yeah, and the last thing, I'm surprised I didn't mention this already. It is a semi-oval handle. So it's good for top-handed or bottom-handed play, really. But it's just the fact that they've got this chevron grip. Yes, it's Kookaburra branded, but as far as chevron grips go, this is one of the worst quality ones I've seen. It's certainly thinner and doesn't feel as sort of tacky and comfortable in the hands. Quite abrasive for me. I've always found that chevron, and also has a little bit of a cheap feel for me. So I'm expecting something slightly high quality, at least for this price. So all in all, a lot to like, but equally a few things to dislike, at least in my opinion, my honest opinion about the Kookaburra Rapid 3.1. But I would encourage you to have a look at the Uzi Sports website or come to the shop here, better still, here in Swindon, if you were considering getting this bat for a late season option for you. As I said, really good if you prefer the lighter bats, the fast bat speed, that kind of thing. They're always going to be light. But anyway, I really hope you enjoy this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel as well.